Good evening everyone, and welcome to yet another Gundam news. And surprise, surprise, we're gonna start with a little bit of Gunpla news. I'm a bit late to the party this month around, but a new month means a new Gunpla schedule. So on the 7th, we got 2 entry grades for the newest Gundam anime, Gundam Build Metaverse. For 1,100 yen, 7 US, there is the main Gundam of the series, the Law Gundam, which is sometimes also spelled as the Raw Gundam. But whether you prefer the Hawaiian or the Egyptian sun, this RX-78-2 variant comes with a beam rifle, shield, and a beam Naginata that can either be used as one long Naginata or 2 smaller pole arms. And for 1,210 yen, 8 US, there is the Build Strike Exceed Galaxy. Now, in terms of accessories that it comes with, it only has a beam rifle, a shield, and a striker pack that can also transform into an airplane-esque thingy. But the main selling point of this kit is that it has clear parts and also a large amount of hard points all over its body and even on its accessories. So basically, this thing was made to be customized. And even the included striker pack is made so that it can be attached wherever you want on the body. So yeah, to really get the full experience with this kit, you're gonna have to buy a few optional add-on parts. And talking about the Gundam Build Metaverse kits, in case you missed it, the first episode of the anime has gone live and is available for free on YouTube, which I will have linked down below. And then finally on the 21st, we are getting the Master Grade Super Deformed Barbs for 4,290 yen, 29 US. As with the Freedom, we're getting an extremely refined inner frame, super detailed eyes, the reflection cut technology to make the shiny bits even shinier, and also some real metallic gloss injection to make the metallic parts feel even more metallic-y, even as a straight build. And then for the accessories, we're getting the katana, the 300mm smoothbore cannon, and the mace, which also has a model kit only gimmick. If you push the handle, the tip and the 4 blades of its business end can extend. And continuing with the Gunpla news, because yes, there is yet more. 2 days ago, I talked about the reveal of the prototype Law Gundam and the Build Metaverse large unit, and yesterday we got all of the details for those two. So starting off with that large unit. It is the high grade. You just let me know how an English speaker is supposed to pronounce that. I'll just go with the Typhoeus. So the Typhoeus Gundam Chimera. And Chimera is definitely an appropriate name for this beastly machine because it combines elements from a lot of different units and then puts its own spin on it. As some of you correctly pointed out in my last video, its legs and boosters are from the Kutan Type 3, its arms are from the Psycho Gundam Mark II, the base mobile suit is a variant of the Raphael Gundam, and it's got 2 of the Barb's smoothbore cannons. And the big T is definitely more than the sum of its parts. It all comes together really well, and there's also some extra stuff. It comes with its own large action base and a set of smaller action bases for the large amount of remote weaponry that it comes with. There's the 2 giant arms that are wire-guided and come with the 2 traditional lead wires. There's the 2 legs that come with 2 thicker lead wires. And then we have a bunch of reflector bits, 5 inactive ones and 5 active ones. And just like the arms, they look identical to the ones used by the Psycho Gundam Mark II, so maybe we can expect a model kit of that monstrous mobile suit sometime in the near future as well. But the Chimera will be launching in December for 8,800 yen, 59 US. Oh, and I also almost forgot to tell you that this giant thing can also transform. Significantly cheaper then is the prototype of the Law Gundam. the entry grade, the Gundam-based limited log Gundam Shisaku Ichigata, with Shisaku Ichigata translating to Prototype Unit 1 or Trial Unit Number 1. But as you can tell from the box art, they want you to call it by its Japanese name. So the Ichigata comes with a G3 Gundam inspired color scheme, and for 1,430 yen, 10 US, it does come with quite some accessories. The most important ones are of course the Beam Javelin, Hyper Bazooka and the Shield, but it also comes with 2 Beam Sabers with clear Beam Saber Blade effect parts, standard RX-78 beam rifle, and the Hyper Hammer. The only unfortunate thing though is that the Beam Javelin doesn't come with a clear beam effect part. And since it was pretty much the main weapon that was used by the Ichigata in the anime, it would have been cool if it got a little bit more love in model kit form. And then finally, we're getting a second round of pre-orders for the high-grade Demi Garrison and Hobby Hyzak, Advanced Zeta Reboot version, and a resale of the master-grade Ale Calamity over at Japanese P-Bandai, of course. And since we're on the topic of P-Bandai, there's now also Premium Bandai Limited Gundam Chocolate. For 3,780 yen, 25 US, there is either the original Mobile Suit Gundam set or the Zeta Gundam set, and for 3,240 yen, 22 US, you can get a slightly smaller and different set of the original Gundam series, all of which are slated for a January release and are best used before June the 15th. In the figure news then, we might not be getting the biggest quantity of announcements, especially not compared to the Gunpla news that we've gotten this past week, but we did get the most expensive announcement here. Pre-orders on Japanese P-Bandai went live for the metal build Kämpfer, and what a beauty it is. At 39,600 yen, 266 US, it is also very expensive. But fortunately, it doesn't just come with the things you would expect from a Kämpfer figure. They also went a little bit further. It comes with 2 bazookas, 2 Sturmfausts, 2 shotguns with removable stock, 2 beam sabers, a chain mine, and a dedicated action base. But then it also comes with a storage case for the chain mine. The Sturmfausts can both be stored on a single leg. There are 2 stored and 2 active heat hawks. The 2 bazookas have an extra holding arm, so they can now also be deployed without the Kämpfer itself needing to hold on to it, and the antenna can fold down just like it did in the anime, which I think is the first time ever that feature has been incorporated into anything Kämpfer related. Combine that with some very impressive moving thrusters and absolutely phenomenal detailing, and this really is an amazing looking figure that does an excellent job at justifying that price tag. And this beauty will come dashing your way in February. Or you could use that money to buy a squadron of the Robot Spirit Side MS Gym Command Guinea Pig Team Custom. This thing goes for only 8,800 yen, 59 US, and is basically a Gym Command ground type with the colors of the Gym Command space type, and comes complete with the bullpup machine gun, beam gun, parts to attach them to the backpack, beam effect for the beam gun, 2 beam sabers, 3 beam saber blade effect parts, a shield, and 3 thruster effect parts. So your standard Robot Spirits release, and it is also a regular release, which is currently up for pre-order and slated for a March release. And on Thursday then, Mega House showed off their 2 latest additions to the Mobile Suit Gundam Nyandem lineup. From Gundam Seed, there is Kira Yamato, Atherin Zala, and Lacus Klein, and from Mercury, there is Suletta Mercury and Miorine Rembrandt. And all of these figures have the same kind of deal going on with them. You can get them from regular hobby sites for 4,180 yen a pop, 28 US, or you can get them from Premium Bandai as a set. Now the price does remain the same, 8,360 yen 56 US for the cats from Mercury, or 12,540 yen 84 US for the seed cats, but the sets will contain like a special limited edition postcard-esque bonus. Kinda related to the figure news then is a whole bunch of Gundam 00 plushies. You've got the Tetekore plush keychains, which are plushies that can be attached to each other with their hands. There's the Hug-Kara collection, which are plushies that literally work like a clamp. You press on their legs and then their arms open up to clamp onto whatever you want them to hug. And then there is the Fuakororin collection, which are just very rotund plushies. And the details for all of these are the same. If you buy them through regular retailers, the full set of 9 will cost you 8,910 yen, 60 US, and the included characters are Gundam, Lock-On number 1, Alleluia, Hallelujah, Tieria, Graham, Soma, Ribbons, and Patrick. But if you buy them through P-Bandai, the price will once again remain the same, but now you'll get a bonus Lock-On number 2. And then finally for the figures, there was one thing that I missed in the Gundam Next Future announcements. Sandwiched in between all of the Gunpla figures and whatever else was the next set of Gachapon bust figures. It is the Strike Freedom, and as per usual, there are 3 different sets. An inner frame and lighting unit set, an armor set in regular colors, and a clear armor set. So at 500 yen a spin, 3 US, you'll need some good luck and at least 1,000 yen, 6 US for a full Strike Freedom bust. Meanwhile, on the gaming front then, in Gundam Battle Operation 2, the Gaplant TR5 has joined the fun. And in other news, we got a bunch of new Gundam art to marvel at. From the Gundam Manhole project, we got these 2 Gundam and Zaku manholes that will be placed in Engaru. And I really like what they did with the winter-themed Zaku. The Mobile Suit Girl of the week then is the Gym Girl, who comes with a giant version of the ball. It's now like add-on armor for the gym, the cannon is a rail cannon, and the claws are called magic hands. What magic they can do? Who knows? But what I do find cool here is that it kind of extends the ball's lore from the Universal Century to this Mobile Suit Girl version of the Universal Century. So in the standard Universal Century, one of the explanations of the ball is that it was kind of the Federation's attempt at like copying Zeon's mobile armors. And in this Mobile Suit Girl version of the Universal Century, Zeon's mobile armors became add-ons for their Mobile Suit Girls, like the Zaku 2 Girl and the Gelgu Girl. And now, the ball has become just that. Next up, from Iron Blooded Orphans, we got this new art to celebrate the 8th anniversary of the series. And then next up, we have my favorite, a new installment of Advance of Zeta Reboot, which this time around is all about how the Federation's next main mobile suit came to be, the Gym 2. A machine that doesn't get nearly enough love in my opinion. And I really appreciate the Titans-colored version of it here. And another really cool thing here, something that you might miss, is this gym right here. It is the Katoki-fied version of the gym called Districts type, and even has the same model number, RGM79D, but it is now called the Gym Late Production type. Not to be confused with the Gym Later type, which was basically a slightly tuned up Gym Kai with the Gym Command Space type's backpack. But basically, this indicates that here, the D-type was more than just an Arctic machine and could also be deployed in other theaters as well. And in the written portion, it also acknowledges like a part of something that I've always had in my personal headcanon. We all know that the Gym 2 is an improved version of the standard Gym, But I've always felt that these upgrades could have also been easily applied to any other version of the gym out there as well. I mean, at least from the 1 Year War. Think, for example, something like the Gym Sniper Custom and the Gym Cannon. And here, they say that the possibility cannot be denied that it was possible that there was a Gym 2 version of the D-Type or the Gym Command. As for the things you could get last week then, on last week Monday, the 5th volume of Mobility Joint Gundam got released, and it was all about Gundam 00 this time around. For 715 yen a pop, which is around 4 to 5 US, you could get the 00 Gundam Jinx, Exia, Estrella Type F, part set for the Jinx and 00, part set for the Exia, and part set for the Estrella F. Making for a total of 8 sets to collect, and you could also get these in sets of 10 as well. And on Wednesday, you could get various Witch from Mercury items. For 660 yen, 4 US, there is a sweets pack that contains 3 types of candy. A package of cider ramune, a package of corn potage snack, and a package of vegetable snack, which also comes with 1 of 8 random mini clear files. And then from Gourmandize, you could get some smartphone accessories. For 4,928 yen, 33 US, there is a 4,000 mAh battery bank in either standard or holder colors. For 1,848 yen, 12 US, there is a multi-ring that you have to sandwich in between your phone and your case, and then you can hang things from your smartphone, or you can hang your smartphone from things. The available designs are Holder, Standard Colors, Jeturk, Pale, and Grassley. And then finally, for 4,928 yen, 33 US, there's a wireless Qi charger in either Holder or Standard Acacia colors. And for this week's reading material, the 5th chapter of the Flanagan Boone manga has become available online and is linked down below. For last week's apparel news then, we go back to last week, Tuesday, when reservations opened up on Bankore for a King of Hearts baseball cap. It goes for 4,180 yen, 28 US, and is scheduled for a November release. And the same goes for a bunch of acrylic stands. From G Gundam, we have Domon and Master Asia, available in regular size and big size, going for 1,320 yen 9 US and 2,750 yen 18 US respectively. And from Gundam 00, all of the major characters from the first season got a connecting acrylic stand for 1,100 yen each, or 7 US. There's Gundam, Lock-On, Alleluia, Tierra, Sumeragi, Felt, Sierra, Wang, Hong, Nena, Johan, Mikhail, Saji, Louise, Graham, Sergei, Soma, and Marina. And then one day later, pre-orders went up for the Puru collection. That also includes an acrylic stand, this time for 1,918 yen, 80 yen, 13 US. But instead of like Puru herself, it's her name that is surrounded by bubbles, of course taken from the famous bubble bath scene. And you can also get that design on a mug for 2,530 yen, 17 US, a bath towel for 4,400 yen, 30 US, and a white t-shirt for, again, 4,400 yen, 30 US. And the other available design is the other thing that she's famous for, eating ice cream. You can get this very 80s neon design on a black t-shirt for 4,400 yen, 30 US, a tote bag for 2,750 yen, 18 US, or a face towel for 2,200 yen, 15 US. And the second Bankore collection that day was another addition to the ever-popular SD Gundam t-shirts with a very metal design by Studio 696. For 3,850 yen, 26 US, you can get the newest design, the Knight of Light, or a restock of one of the older designs. And I'm already looking forward to seeing what the next design is going to be. And last but not least, on Thursday, the Principality of Zeon Sports Collection went up for pre-order. featuring a variety of sporty clothing with the Xeon emblem on it. There's a zip-up hoodie for 8,250 yen, 55 US, light pants for 6,600 yen, 44 US, a sweatshirt for another 6,600 yen, 44 US, sweatpants for, again, 6,600 yen, 44 US, a t-shirt for 3,520 yen, 24 US, and a baseball cap for 3,960 yen, 27 US. And all of these Bankore items are also slated for a November release. And then let's quickly wrap things up with the polls. With the release of the 5th volume of Mobility Joint Gundam, Gundam.info wanted to know who the most popular Jinx pilot is. And with these results, there is really no debate possible with any of the rankings. Daryl is very much last with 9.2%, Soma does somewhat better with 12.8%, Sergei then shoots up to almost double of that with 23.7%, but the immortal Cola Sour scores even more than double of that, 54.4%, and I completely agree with the sentiment. If you just describe Patrick, he sounds insufferable, but they managed to turn him into such a lovable doofus in the anime. And I will also never forget his ending from the 2nd season. The way he turned into Cola Sour the ridiculously lucky, and the way that the song then kicked in was just way too perfect. And that has been all for Gundam news for now. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all later this week with more Gundam news.